Guys, I often talk about just how many different electric cars there are in China. When you visit China, you walk around the streets and you think, I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. What car is that? What car is that? And really, I think the reason I feel like I'm a total noob in China, even though I follow the industry so closely, is because there's literally 90 electric car brands in the country. In fact, more than 90. It's 90 something, depending on which ones are still around and, which ones have been added to the list. It's like one drops off, goes bankrupt, another one gets added to the list. So we think we're consolidating, but actually we're not. It's actually not changing at all. In fact, it's probably more brands are being added. Speaking of more brands though, a Chinese airline, an airline have launched an electric sedan. This is what it is, and these are the details. And actually it's $20,500, so it's more expensive than an Xpeng Mona, which actually is a brand, but it looks all right. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Really exciting, isn't it, to see this kind of stuff, to see so much going on in the industry. This is kind of a novelty, though, for me personally. Chinese airline, Jianyao, don't even know if I pronounced that right, but Jianyao launched the JY Air electric sedan with a starting price, according to Car News China, of $20,500 US. It was launched in Thailand last year. So in Thailand, you can buy one of these for $25,000 US. Don't know if it's selling very well, considering it's a completely unknown brand, but range is not too bad. It's 530 kilometers. That's CLTC. So WLTP range is probably about 420 kilometers. It's not huge. It's 4,550 millimeters long, so a bit smaller than a Tesla Model 3. Power sounds like it's got a BYD motor. It's 150 kilowatt, 201 horsepower. BYD actually use, I should say, a lot of other manufacturers use BYD's motors in their vehicles, electric motors. So this airline is one of China's biggest domestic operators. I've never used them personally, but they were founded in 2005. And the company actually entered the automotive industry in 2023, says Car News China. However, the way they did this was by acquiring another car brand that probably would have gone bankrupt without them, called Yudo. Jianyao Airlines launched the car-focused branch of Jianyao Automobile to develop and manufacture electric cars for global markets. The brand's first model, the JY Air, appears to be a possibility for other right-hand drive car markets, considering it's already sold in Thailand. We could see this in even Australia potentially. So the JY Air has an interesting design. It's probably not my personal cup of tea, but it's 4,550 millimeters long, 1,860 millimeters wide, and 1,515 millimeters tall, and it has a drag coefficient of 0.23, which obviously is probably just made up. But anyhow, the JY Air's interior has a crystal operating system powered 15.6-inch touchscreen. To be honest, the interior doesn't look too bad. It looks, not amazing, but not too bad. Has 5 seats. It's got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8155 chip and a 2-meter sunroof. Not one of those ones that you can actually move, but a glass roof like many electric cars have. So what about the battery? Well, this is kind of intriguing. The battery is a 51.2 kilowatt hour battery from Rept Batero. Guys, I don't know if many people have heard of Rept Batero before, but if you Google Rept Batero, it comes up with this: Rept Batero American Corporation, corporate office in Irvine, California. As far as I can tell, this is not actually an American battery company. They just have a North American office. And it was reported a couple of months ago they're planning on building a battery factory in Indonesia. Surprisingly, though, the company doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. It's kind of hard to find out any real serious information about them. They do have a good website, but that's their own personal website. They just said that they are a tier 1 global energy storage manufacturer, and they claim that they are a top 5 global energy storage cell shipment in 2024, top 5. Top 2 global residential energy storage cell shipments. Basically, they're saying they're one of the biggest battery companies in the world, but I haven't really heard much about them, which is bizarre to me. Anyhow, that's the battery they're using. I'm guessing it's a lithium iron phosphate battery. Performance of the car, 0 to 100, 7.9 seconds. And it could be charged 70 kilowatt DC charging. So to give you some context, the Xpeng Mona M03, it's a similar car. It's got a lift back. It's actually a bigger car, much more space. And it starts at $16,600 US. Then you've got the Volkswagen ID3, says Car News China at $18,000 US. You've got the BYD Seal at a similar price. Geely's Galaxy E8. There's so many different options, guys, at this price level. I imagine they wouldn't really be selling many of these cars. However, it is interesting, isn't it? So if you do go to China, if you watch this channel, you'll have a much better awareness of all the cars on the road. But I should warn you, there's still a lot that you're not going to know what they are. You're still going to be going, what is that? What is that? What is that? And this, it could be one of them. Let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye. 7 major Chinese automakers sold between 35 to 100% more cars in 2024 than they did in 2023. The global automotive industry did not get bigger. So that means only one thing, that Chinese car makers took massive market share from their rivals outside of China. Chinese electric car sales have just come in, my friends, and they are, well, pretty damn staggering. As a result of these record EV sales from Chinese car companies, China actually sold 42% of the world's cars in November. In December, that number was probably even higher. BYD, Zeekr, Xpeng, NIO, Leap Motor, all of them, Xiaomi, all of them broke car sales records for their companies. Here are the numbers, and here's what it actually means. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. It's great to have you with us. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Great to have you too. And guys, if you're charging your EV using electricity from the grid, I suggest not doing that, because solar systems on average give you a payback around $50,000 in America, and it's around 70,000 Australian dollars here in Australia. So it's a no-brainer. I use a solar system installed from Resync Solar. I'll put a link in the description below. By the way, I don't get any profit out of getting you guys to buy a system from them. I just recommend them because I use them and they were great. BYD has now sold just under 4.3 million cars this year, just under 4.3 million, which is insane considering 4 years ago they sold 400,000. That's crazy numbers, right? Well, the numbers for December, BYD's December sales were, to be honest, probably not quite what I expect them to be. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. It was really good numbers, but BYD sold for 514,809. Let's just call that 515,000 vehicles in December. I did expect a little bit more than that, because that was pretty much the same as what they sold in October and November. So they sold just over 500,000 cars in each of the last 3 months. They're really, really good numbers. Don't get me wrong. They're fantastic. But normally what happens in China is November and has higher sales numbers than October, and then December is higher than November. So that's what I expected. It was higher, but only by a couple of thousand. Anyway, great result for BYD.